What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race picks for the 2022 Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 500. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This week in the NASCAR Cup Series, heading to the 1.5-mile racetrack at Texas Motor Speedway, the track in Fort Worth, Texas. This also will be the kickoff for the round of 12 and the fourth race of the playoffs and the 30th race on the NASCAR Cup Series calendar. This race could be really interesting. This race will be very chaotic, most likely, as we've seen a lot of chaos so far in the playoffs, and I think nobody is safe beginning the round of 12. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather, like this past weekend at Bristol, is looking really promising. The high for the day is 94 degrees with 66 degrees as the low, and right now only a 20% chance of rain. Keep in mind, it's only Monday when I'm recording this video, so the weather can absolutely change, but the weather is looking really promising going into this weekend at Texas. Let's also now take a look at the playoff grid at the beginning of the round of 12. So Chase Elliott is 31 points above the cutoff line. Joey Logano is 16 above the cutoff line. Ross Chastain is 11th above the cutoff line. Kyle Larson is 10 above the cutoff line. William Byron is 6 above the cutoff line. Denny Hamlin is 4 above the cutoff line. Christopher Bell and Ryan Blaney are also 4 above the cutoff line. Now let's take a look at the 4 that are below the cutoff line. Chase Elliott is 4 below the cutoff line. Chase Briscoe is 4 below the cutoff line. Alex Bowman is 6 below the cutoff line. Daniel Suarez is 6 below the cutoff line. And Austin Cindric is 7 below the cutoff line. Looking at the guys below, I think, and nobody really is safe. I think Chase Elliott is the only one that really can have a mulligan right now and be in a really good position and be safe right now. Other than that, I think no one is really safe going into the next round. So now, after that, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those of you who are new to the channel, here's how picks work on the channel. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I think are going to struggle, who've been really struggling, who I expect to continue their struggles, or 2 drivers are going to have their first bad race in a long time. 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers who I do expect have really good runs to continue the really strong momentum and continue the pace that they've had. And then I also will have the winner's pick as well, the driver who I think is going to win this weekend at Texas. So now let's go ahead and jump into the picks. Who are my 2 suck picks for this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway? My first suck pick is a guy that's really struggled since the beginning of the second half of the season, really since around the point of Sonoma. This guy has not really had a lot of good runs and has not won since Bristol Dirt earlier this year and just got eliminated in the round of 16, and I expect the rest of the season to really struggle. My first suck pick is Kyle Busch. Like I mentioned, Kyle Busch has been really struggling over the last few weeks, really for the last 15 or 16 weeks, and I expect that momentum to unfortunately not really go back in the right direction. Yes, Kyle Busch has been pretty good historically at Texas Motor Speedway, but I unfortunately expect that Kyle Busch is going to struggle this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. My other suck pick for this weekend is the guy who actually made it out of the round of 16 and is competing for the playoffs. But this guy has been hit or miss at Texas Motor Speedway and has generally really struggled at this track throughout his career. I'm talking about Chase Briscoe. I think Chase Briscoe is really going to struggle this weekend in that number 14 car. I'm not really expecting much from him. It seems like the 14 team has been way too inconsistent, and they just haven't had the pace and speed to go out there and win. I think they're going to struggle this weekend at Texas. And now we're going to jump onto underdog picks for this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend is a guy that I've had in the picks really for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And the biggest reason is because this guy, besides this past weekend at Bristol, this guy before Bristol had the best average finish in the last 10 races. And I think this guy is going to get back into having really good runs. And he's been really good on the bigger tracks. I'm talking about Bubba Wallace. I think Bubba Wallace is going to have a really strong run this weekend. It seems like this 45 team is really getting their mojo. The 45 team, of course, who is still competing for the Owners' Championship. It seems like from the beginning to end of year, they've been really progressing. And I think that Bubba Wallace is going to have a really strong run this weekend here. I think he could get a top 5 this weekend here at Texas. My other underdog pick for this weekend is the most recent winner at Bristol Motor Speedway, Chris Buescher. I think Chris Buescher's got a lot of momentum. He's coming to his hometown track with a ton of momentum and a ton of confidence. And I think that Chris Buescher is going to have a really good and a fantastic run this weekend in that number 17 car. It seems like RFK Racing is really getting their stuff together. And I think RFK Racing is going to bring another really fast and a really good car And I think that Chris Buescher is going to have a really strong run this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. And now we're going to jump on to the winner's pick for this weekend's race at Texas Motor Speedway. Who is my winner's pick? My winner's pick for this weekend's race at Texas Motor Speedway, we have had 19 different drivers so far win this season. And the first 3 races of the playoffs have been won by drivers who did not make the playoffs and had not won a race in 2022. I think we are going to break the record this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. The last time we were here for the All-Star race, this guy ended up winning the All-Star race, albeit it was a very controversial finish to get that win. But I think that this guy will win and become the 20th guy to win. I am picking Ryan Blaney to pick up his first win of 2022 and get his first win in over a season. Ryan Blaney is my guy to win. Ryan Blaney has been really fast pretty much every track this year, but has come really close to winning and has had something go wrong near the end of the season. I think Ryan Blaney is going to get it done, and I think he is going to end up winning at Texas Motor Speedway. I am picking Ryan Blaney to win this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. So now we're going to go ahead and jump on some ones that you need to watch out for this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. Who are the ones to watch out for? The first driver I think you need to keep your eyes out on is the defending Cup Series champion, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson won the last points paying race here back in 2021. And before basically having a tire go down and take him out of contention at Texas when we were at the All-Star race, he had one of the fastest cars there and was contending for the victory in that race before he had issues there. I don't see those same tire problems really coming into play for Kyle Larson. I think he has a really strong run, and I think he for sure gets a top 5 run this weekend at Texas. My second driver you need to watch out for is a guy who's been overall the best driver so far of 2022, Chase Elliott. Now, Chase Elliott has been historically hit or miss at Texas Motor Speedway, as he does have an Xfinity Series win here back in 2014. But Chase Elliott has generally really been hit or miss at this track since he got up to the Cup Series. But I do think that Chase Elliott, with how fast they've been at every track, I think he will absolutely be a threat to contend for a really strong victory. So I think Chase Elliott is going to be a threat to win. I expect the 19 to be really fast. And I think that Chase Elliott is going to have a strong run this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. The third driver I think you need to watch out for is a guy that I have not picked really in the last 6 or 7 weeks. And generally, it's because this guy has not been really a major threat to go out there and win. But I think this is a week where this guy's really going to see starting to show some more pace and speed. I'm talking about Ross Chastain. I think Chastain and the one team are really going to get their mojo back that they had at the beginning of the year. I think the biggest thing is that Ross really had lost some of that confidence that he had earlier in the season. I think that Ross Chastain is going to get that confidence back, and I think he will contend for a victory this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. I think for sure he gets a top 5, but I think it will lead some laps and be a threat at Texas Motor Speedway. The next driver I think you need to watch out for is a guy that I think is going to be extremely dangerous in these playoffs, and who I think has been extremely dangerous and has been really consistent outside of Bristol, Joey Logano. Joey Logano's been really fast on the 1.5 mile tracks this year, has won 2 races so far in 2022, and does have a win here at Texas back in 2014. I think the driver of the 22 could absolutely be a major threat to go out there and win, and I think that Joey Logano is going to have a really good chance to get it done this weekend at Texas. And my final driver I think you need to watch out for is a driver of the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin has been historically really good at Texas Motor Speedway. He's won here 3 or 4 times, one here back in 2010, actually swept in 2010, one here back in 2018 or 2017 or whatever year it was, maybe 2019. I can't remember what other years, but he's won some races here at Texas Motor Speedway. And I expect the driver of the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin, to be absolutely a threat to win this weekend. Watch out for Denny Hamlin to be a factor at Texas Motor Speedway. So anyway, those are the race picks for the Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 500. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe. My underdogs are Bubba Wallace and Chris Buescher. My winner's pick is Ryan Blaney. And the ones to watch are Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, and Denny Hamlin. Those are the ones to watch. So anyway, that is going to be it for the race picks video for the Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you can be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Links in the description below for that, and comment your picks for this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. Tell me your suck picks, tell me your underdog picks, and tell me who you think's going to win this weekend. Let me know in the comments below. There's a lot more content that's on the way for the channel this week. I would expect some NASCAR news videos coming out over the next few days, and maybe a special video that could be coming out on Thursday. Keep your eyes and tabs on for that could be coming. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.